I'm a little embarrassed to even bring this up because it was a long time ago and probably not very good. But way back in like 2017, 2018, I did a Black Widow challenge let's play here on my YouTube channel. And the whole idea behind Black Widow challenges is to play as one sort of evil sim and then slowly marry a bunch of rich people and then get rid of them. So like you might marry Vlad and then move into his house and then get rid of him and then do it again to Judith Ward and so on through like all of the rich townies in the game. It's actually really fun to do, especially if you're trying to come up with different ways to kill them each time. I realize that sounds really bad and kind of morbid. And also I called the sim kind of evil. That's the understatement of the century. But basically I did this challenge like years ago on YouTube and then the Love Struck pack came out and it's kind of got me thinking about the Black Widow challenge again because I feel like those two things could go really well together. So here's the situation. I want to play the Black Widow challenge again on my Twitch channel and I actually brought back one of the original Sims from my previous one. If you watched the original series, you might remember the Sim Phoebe. Well, this is her daughter Paige, one of the twins. And so I'm gonna have Paige and her dog named Spider play the Black Widow challenge again. When you're seeing this video, I'm probably done with it already because I was doing it on Twitch a couple weeks ago. But if I'm gonna play the Black Widow challenge, I have to build a house for them. We aren't gonna need this house for very long because we're probably gonna be marrying and moving out relatively quickly, but I still want to make one. So the goal today is to build a penthouse starter home in the new world using mostly the new stuff for a sim with evil intentions. I did start building this earlier, but then my entire PC died and I hadn't saved, so I lost all of my progress and now I have to start over. So I do have kind of an idea of what I want it to be like. The only problem is we only have 20,000 simoleons and realistically that is not that much money. So I'm gonna try to build something in a way that kind of feels appropriate for what we need, but also is not that big so that we have enough space to work with. That's kind of a weird shape, but I think that this honestly might have some potential. Just hear me out, okay? I'm gonna do some big windows, but not only big windows. These windows are so expensive. I was gonna try to use them, but I don't think we can do that. I think we have to use eco lifestyle. I was gonna try to keep this place relatively cheap, but like 235 simoleons for those windows is not gonna work. That's just simply not gonna happen. I'm sorry, but there's literally no way that we could do that. These ones are only 35, and that is much more like it. I think we're also probably gonna want to have a lot of platforms on this building. I can see myself using platforms in a lot of these places. Platforms are free, which makes them a lot easier to use for this than even compared to things like half walls because you have to pay for those. So if we can make do with cheaper stuff, that's the spirit. Also, my sim has a dog, so I'm gonna need to have some sort of yard space. I think maybe I'll put it over here. I really hate to dwell on the part of the build that I lost. I hate to sit here and like talk about it still because the footage is gone and the build is gone. But when I did it before, I had originally used a bunch of the glass fences. I was looking at this get together glass fence, but it's so expensive that I don't really know if we can do that. I would love to have a glass fence, but I think like practically speaking, it's probably a bad idea. I could maybe use it for a couple parts of the build, like if we had it sort of over here, but certainly not for the whole thing. I think there's just no chance that we can use it everywhere. Also, that's a really high fence. I don't even know if I like that. Okay, that gives me a little bit of space with a little bit of landscaping. And then we have the interior, which is actually relatively small, but will hopefully work. I was actually kind of imagining initially that the elevator would be inside, but I don't hate the idea of putting it outside. So we'll have to see how that goes. This was a mistake. Maybe the bedroom should be over on this side instead. I kind of built this part out thinking that would be where the kitchen goes, but maybe that could be for the bathroom, or even better, maybe we have like an office space. Can I afford to have an office space? I'm not really sure. We'll see how that goes. Okay, but I can put the little mailbox and the trash chute right here in this little space. We have a bathroom and then a bedroom and everything. I was kind of into the idea of a separate doorway. Is that so bad? I mean, like generally speaking, the elevator being here probably is bad. I like it, but if the elevator is there, it does make for kind of a difficult layout for like doorways and stuff. I'd almost rather just use the city living elevator too. I hate to say it, but like I kind of prefer that one. Okay, imagine if the trash chute and the mailbox were right there. I know it's pretty tight, and also this opens up just like into the middle of the house, but I'm kind of picturing there would be, oh, that's not even the right colors. Oh my. All of the doors don't fit. I guess this one might work. $100? Oh my god. I have to use 2 of them as well? Oh my gosh. Okay, well anyway, you'll have to forgive me for my shock over that. I just wasn't really prepared for it to be as pricey as it is. I'm gonna save my game. Just while we're sat here, while we're thinking about it, it might be a good idea too. And it's taking concerningly long. Okay, we're fine. It wasn't even that bad. I just tend to panic, you know? I think I might try the dark wood floors from Eco Lifestyle as well, because I kind of love that. Oh, you know what might be good? I wonder if we could switch this over. Listen, it's not perfect, but maybe that's better, because then the Sims kind of spawn over there, out of the way. I'm gonna try to think real quick about color scheme and also the type of furniture that we're gonna need. So I would really love to have a kind of big kitchen. I also think it might be kind of cute if we had a little table. This is only $260, which isn't that bad. That's basic. That's part of the pack. And then I had this picture in my mind of a lot of this kind of like dark purpley color as an accent. I guess it's gonna end up being kind of purpley and kind of gold, because that berry color has gold accents on most of this furniture. But actually a lot of the stuff from this pack comes in that color, and I feel like that's not a bad layout for the interior. We could get a little small side table next to it. There could probably be at least one more chair. I don't know what color it would come in, but something like that seems perfectly reasonable. And then we'll probably want to dig into Eco Lifestyle a little bit for a couple of extras. Like for example, this shelf, 20 simoleons necessary. We need to have that. This shelf, also 25 simoleons. We need to have that. Even like this thing, this is 65, but let's be real with ourselves for a second. That's gonna help take up a lot of space and we need that too. We are gonna wanna get a dog bowl. I might just put like a regular plain one. Although if I know myself, I'm gonna need to have one that's an auto dog bowl, because I never do it. I need to have something that's an auto feeder. We also kind of need to have a bathtub if we're gonna have a dog. It's a little bit on the pricier side, but you do have to bathe the dog, and I want to be able to do that properly. It's also like a little bit worse for gameplay because it's slower than a shower, but I think that's okay. Oh, I forgot that I shrunk this. Oh my goodness. Well, that makes this place way bigger, and I'm silly for not noticing. Okay, well, hold on. That does change things a tiny bit for us here. Maybe I'll put a dog bed. Do any of these come in a color that is like not horrible? That one could work. That kind of has the right colors. Oh, I like that actually. I'm kind of curious about lighting because I know we have some things that come in gold. This is only 75. Oh my gosh. Thank you, game. You have finally done something that I appreciate. Make that gold because we want to try and get more of the gold accents in here. I feel like maybe one of the other chairs might be better too. Because does this one have gold on it? Oh, it does have like a gold trim. There you go. Okay. Well, that actually kind of helps with this because we could close this off if we wanted to. I feel like that's kind of cool because we can make it seem like we have a proper front door and we can pretend that this is accessible by like other people. This is their balcony. This is our yard. I'm gonna do different wallpaper, but just let me paint everything with a wallpaper first. Oh, it's horrible. Oh my gosh. Same thing. I'm gonna paint pretty much everything with this color. And then get this, when I was playing earlier before the game crashing incident, I had painted a lot of it with this black color and I was really liking that. But then I was using one of the base game bricks because this one, it's like a really cheap, simple base game brick, but that one kind of comes in like a dark purpley color. And I feel like that's exactly what we want this to be. So I might put that on some of the areas that are not windows. I'd like to have the solid black behind the windows. And then we can just get some black trim on some of this stuff. Again, the platform trim is free, so that's super easy to use. And this is good because then we have a small yard, the dog can use it, and we have a little bit of space for landscaping if we want to get any. I think I might just put like 2 of these and let it be like a wider section of bushes because I don't really know what else I would use. I feel like that's pretty much everything that we need filler furniture wise. Oh, wait, I forgot about the bedrooms. Hold on, we have to put a bed in here. I can't believe I almost forgot to put a bed. Could you imagine how bad that would have been if we just didn't have a bed? No, we're fine. I've got one. I'll put the bed like that. Maybe I'll just do the one nightstand because that's a little bit cheaper. And then I would really like to have a computer or at least a desk because we have the space in here for one. All right, let's think about different accent colors that we can get. I know I've been using this wallpaper in like almost every single build I've done with this pack, but listen, it's just too good to pass up. It's just, to me, it is like seriously so beautiful. And I can try to brighten the place up a little bit too. Maybe we could get like a blue accent color. I still want to have the black behind the windows. I think it helps because it makes the window look like it's taller, even if it's not. Oh, we're gonna need a thermostat too. So one of the things that I had been trying to do in the original build before the game crashing incident was that I really wanted to have some sort of bar, but I realized all of the bars in this game are so expensive. Like none of of them were working. The single tile bar from this pack is like 900 simoleons. So whether I liked it or not, it just was not gonna happen for us. And I tried, trust me, I tried. Okay, so I cannot have a computer in here. It's too pricey. The computer is like 800. I don't have that kind of money. I think what I'm gonna do now is go through and try and get some like little last minute details. Like for example, I think that it would be nice if we had some sort of mirror in this bedroom. How much money are the candles? 115? Ugh, shame. Okay, well this bed can be in a darker color. I think I'll allow myself to have some dog toys in the corner. Desperate times call for desperate measures. So dog toy is good. Maybe just like a plant or something on this dresser too. All right, this table, only 115. Lovestruck also has little outdoor chairs, 45. So that's something. I think I've overdone it. We're out of money completely. Okay, maybe this is not gonna work. Look at that, we can get so much money back if I don't use the glass. I wanna do it so bad because I do honestly like how it looks, but like if we're trying to pay for all of this wall space, we just can't. That gives me 700 back, that's way better. Okay, those chairs are 45. Well, that's like the cheapest you're gonna get for chairs, isn't it? Oh, this one's only 30. Oh, never mind, do that one instead. That's the spirit. There we go. I'm gonna break out some debug stuff too, because I think if we get some debug planters, it'll help us. I might also save because I'm getting kind of nervous. Oh, an axolotl. That's free. That's more stuff. I didn't even really think about that. How weird is it to have a tree on the roof? It's pretty bad, right? I struggle so much with penthouses. I just feel like I have no idea what I'm trying to do. This is the planter that I was talking about, so I'm gonna try and get a few of those around. I think it might be helpful, honestly, to do like a bunch of them, because that gives us more furnishings and it's also cheap, so that's a win. Water tower from Debug, that's free. What's that? Oh, scary, don't use that. What does that look like? Is that meant to go on this planter? Can we just pretend that it is? Because I like that. I feel like that's cute. It's okay if it's floating a little bit. We can just ignore it. How does that look from inside? Because that's way nicer to have some stuff out the window that you can look at. Oh, how cool would it have been to have the canopy bed? Stop, starter home. Starter home, Kayla. Remember what you're trying to do here. What if you could see just the wall there? Is that fine? Is this what the front looks like on the gallery? It's so ugly. I managed to get myself like 600 simoleons though. I can have a 2 tile wide pool. It's all we can afford. Can I cheat for money? Scale of 1 to 10, how bad is that? It's pretty bad, but it's only for me. I'm the one who will live here, and I'm the one that will suffer the consequences of my actions. Do you have to pay for pool trims too? You do? Can't catch a break. Let me get a couple lounge chairs. The little black plastic ones aren't so bad. How much is that worth? 22,000? Make it smaller. 352 simoleons back from the pool is probably good. We could do like a pool ladder. How much is that worth? 21,000. Oh, maybe they could have no pool ladder. Because if there's no pool ladder, then we can say it's a 2-sim starter home because it's worth 22K, which is how much money my sim would have had with her and her dog. So I'm not a cheater and this is fine. It looks so bad. I'm so bad at building penthouses. Oh, I forgot about the bathroom. Oh my God. Here, don't mind me. I'm just gonna try to get like a custom little tile thing going on in here. Oh, that's a very sad looking bathroom. But you know what? It's a fully functional build. It might not be good, but at least it's something. I'm gonna upload it as a Black Widow challenge. Oh, Black Widow starter home. Okay, it's 2 bedrooms. And I expect I'll probably live in this thing for like 30 minutes today on my stream. I'm about to use it in real life in a minute, so at least it's done. Oh my God. What if it crashes again? No, 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 no. You're kidding. Okay. We're fine. It's fine. Sometimes this game makes me want to cry. Do you understand what I mean when I say that? Like sometimes I sit here and I wonder, why do I play this with the stress that it causes me? Okay, I'm done. I tried my best. I'm sorry that it's not that good. I've never been good at modern houses. I have no idea how to build penthouses, but I did what I could. And it's on the gallery if you want to use it. I think I'm gonna end this video right here though, so thank you for watching. Make sure you're subscribed to my YouTube channel. Usually my builds are a little bit better than this one, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Okay, bye everybody. Oh, so embarrassing. This whole video is embarrassing. Should I even post it? It's not that bad. I'm just insecure.